Welcome to the Cryptonomatron. Today I'm doing another ICO review. This one is on COPYTRACK, the global copyright register. So they believe that this is going to be the future of global copyright registration, and it's going to be on the blockchain. They are currently in pre-sale, as we can see. And they say the digital content management faces two types of challenges, those faced by users and those faced by rights holders, and they intend to use a blockchain to solve these problems. They have already got an operating business, I believe, so they have 400 to 600 customers signing up to their services per month to protect their own copyright. So this applies to people like photographers and other artists that have their work online but don't want people stealing it and using it for their own benefit.
Two billion images are uploaded and shared on the internet every day. More than 80% of them are used without a valid license. Rights holders have few or no methods to prove their ownership and inadequate tools for tracking their content. On the other hand, users of digital artwork have no way of identifying the original creator and often use it without purchasing an adequate license for it. Now, COPYTRACK solves the issue of proof of ownership of digital content by creating a global, decentralized copyright register for digital content. It not only links digital intellectual property to its creator, but also allows the reverse search of content by users in order to purchase a license directly with the content creator. This, for the first time, puts the author in full control of his copyright. With its cutting-edge technology and processes, the COPYTRACK Global Copyright Register is well suited to globally address the key changes in the IP industry, and it will be open to the public. We also take care of the post-licensing worldwide and legal enforcement in 140 countries without any financial or legal risk for our clients. And we are currently creating a claim volume of 1.5 million euro each month. COPYTRACK, the future of copyright.
So as far as competition is concerned, I don't believe there is another company launching an ICO with a similar idea. If you do know of one, please post in the comments below. It's always helpful for your fellow investors to know if there's competition. But currently, COPYTRACK appear to be the only company that's going to use the blockchain to enforce global copyright protection. The problems that this ICO is trying to solve are multiple, and they're all to do with digital content management. Now, it's hard to show proof of ownership of digital content, and a lot of people don't know how to go about actually getting their material removed or getting compensated for other people using their material. So, as they say, there are two types of challenges, the ones that are faced by the users of the internet and those faced by the rights holders. Users often misunderstand the usage of digital images online and the corresponding licensing options. On the other hand, rights holders have few or no methods to prove ownership of original content and derivative work. Also, they have inadequate tools to track the usage of their copyrighted images and identify violations. So both users and rights holders are faced with the challenge of reducing the cost of payments, and these costs are invariably added to the price of use rights. In addition, both groups struggle with facilitating seamless and timely settlement of payments. As you can obviously imagine, it must be quite difficult for rights holders to do anything about seeing their digital content online copied by somebody else. So what are their aims and how are they going to solve these problems that we've discussed? Now, in an extremely short time frame, COPYTRACK has grown to become the leading company in the worldwide market of highly automated copyright enforcement. They started in Berlin and they have a presence in New York and Tokyo, and they engage with people all over the world to remove copyrighted material and assist with the rights holders. So what they believe is the future of global copyright registration is going to be the blockchain, and they want to create a global decentralized copyright register for digital content which authenticates users and links digital intellectual property. This register will generate a unique ecosystem for the rights holders, thereby providing new e-client marketplaces. They say with its cutting-edge technology and processes, it's well suited to globally address the key challenges in the industry and will be open to the public, so you'll be able to go in and view it. So the market for COPYTRACK is obviously going to be on the internet. They are currently, they claim anyway, the biggest company that's dealing with this digital content. So at the moment they search for customers' images throughout the web, and then they move forward with the enforcement and the licensing. They will expand their services now to include registering images via the blockchain and provide a new marketplace for both artists and the buyers. So they will set the precedent for a global, transparent and decentralized register for copyrights of digital content. They will implement the first use case for the decentralized ledger, the global copyright register for images, followed by transparent image marketplace, where you'll be able to go on, buy the images, get the license and use them accordingly. So there's already a huge marketplace for this. As you probably know, Shutterstock and other typical companies have images that people have uploaded, and they get a percentage for anybody that buys and uses them. So this essentially is going to be a very similar model. As to the market, well, it's a multi-billion-dollar market, and the internet is always growing and continuing to grow, especially in developing countries and underdeveloped countries, and the rights are not fully understood. As we can see here, they are already enforcing copyright of digital images online. They are active in over 140 countries and actively prosecuting offenders, if that's what you would like to call them, people that pinch other people's photos. So the market is quite large for them. They're already obviously using a centralized system. They want to move that to a decentralized system. You can, at the moment, try the COPYTRACK and log in and create an account, so you can use their system already and get a feel for it and see whether you like it. And as you can see there, they are in a lot of predominantly German, being based in Berlin, media as well. So a lot of interest from the media in their services. Let's look now at the blockchain model. As you can see, they will have a copyright register, which will be a free service or a free account. You can have unlimited uploads, you can register your image, you can verify your authorship, and you get provided with a certificate, digital certificate signature, something like that, that shows that you actually own the material. There will be a searching, matching program on this blockchain as well, so that you can have a free worldwide crawler that goes looking for your copyrighted material. You will have auto-secured evidence, intelligent matching, and a case assessment app as well. Then there's obviously the licensing and enforcing part of it, which will bring enforcement to 140 countries. I would imagine that's quite difficult in certain countries that just do not respect digital rights whatsoever. However, there will be zero legal or financial risk to the artists. It will be based on the fee will be based on a success story only, so they only pay your fee from the tokens if you actually get a result, and it will have real-time cash flow as well. So there will be a marketplace where you can search and discover images for buyers, for example, and you can pay in the tokens. Also curation, so you can upload your items to the marketplace, upload your photos, videos, whatever it is. There will be transparent licensing within the marketplace, obviously, and again, a real-time cash flow for buyers and artists. So the blockchain will store the hashes for the copyrighted material, digital signatures basically for all the copyrighted images or whatever it is up on the blockchain that are stored. They will also store the information for the transactions on a smart contract system, and you'll have external apps for stuff like audio copyright, video copyright, notary verification, etc., and more use cases as well. So that's a simplified example of how this ecosystem is going to work. So the copyright register, which will be the most important part of this ecosystem, it will consist of 5 layers, and it begins with you creating an account, followed by uploading of your images, proof that they're yours, and it will end with the full copyright control after a certificate is issued. So we can see here there is the 5-step process: create the account, upload, and it will be unlimited uploads. Obviously, the more people that use the system and the more stuff that's uploaded and authenticated, the more lucrative it will be for this company. So they want everybody to use it as much and as often as possible. Then there will be the proof of registration, certificate, a digital certificate will be provided, and then copyright control will be in effect. So the technology they've already implemented is a centralized system, which is an automatic database, if you like, that you can upload your images, mark illegal usages, and lean back and let COPYTRACK do the work for you. So it's not on a blockchain yet. The blockchain technology will be implemented in Q2 2018 as per the roadmap, which we'll look at in a minute. And you can actually try the personal dashboard and upload some images that you've taken and start using the system straight away. As I mentioned before, they do have this MVP, this minimal viable product, and they have got a working system where they're actively enforcing digital content rights on the internet at the moment. So what will the token be used for? Within the ecosystem, the token CPY will be the native token on the blockchain platform. It will be used for payment in the flexible and modular licensing systems. This will enable automated payments to rights holders based on licenses they design themselves in the friendly and easy to use interface. The blockchain and underlying smart contract interface can be extended to incorporate a wide range of additional functionality, such as programmatic contracts, variable pricing, and payment routing. So essentially, the token will be used for paying for the services on the website, for basically enforcing your copyright, getting COPYTRACK to enforce your copyright for you after you've uploaded your images. And also it will be used for curation, people that use the service. It can be used as a payment service on their marketplace, etc. Pre-sale is currently active, so you can invest with a 35% bonus at the current time. I think we're at pre-sale stage 2. This is how the tokens are going to be allocated. There will be 20% will be released over the next 3 to 5 years, and they will be kept for blockchain development. 20% will be given to the advisors and the founders. Public sale will be a total of 40%, and then there will be 20% divided between the 3 pre-sale categories. And as we can see, this is how they're going to be distributed. So there will be a total of 100 million tokens, CPY tokens in the end. 5% will be distributed, or has been distributed already, to strategic investors with a total of 5 million tokens. Presale 2, which we're at the moment, has a bonus of 35%. So it works out at 1,178 tokens per Ethereum. Presale 3 will be 10% of the total tokens, 10 million tokens, with a bonus of 25%. It will be 1,000 tokens per Ethereum, going right down to the public sale, which will start on January the 10th, and you will get 740 tokens for your Ethereum. So advisors and founders get 20 million, and blockchain development pot will be 20 million, giving a total of 100 million. And you can enroll right now for the pre-sale and contribute immediately. I could not find any information about a bounty campaign for this project. It is apparent when we will look at their community in a moment that they really need to get the word out about this project. The support for this project in the community is insufficient, and there's no bounty campaign, and there appears to be no affiliate links, which are not necessarily important. They're not certainly not my favorite way of advertising ICOs, but they really need to get the word out there. A bounty campaign at very minimum is necessary to build your community support and awareness of this project. Let's quickly look at the roadmap. They started in December 2015 with the foundation of the COPYTRACK company. They started the service in 140 companies last year, 2016, in April. They opened the COPYTRACK API this year in March, and they opened their offices in New York and Tokyo this year in May. They have a portal in Japanese, Chinese, German and French language, and that was in June 2017. They launched their new automatic settlement portal just a couple of months ago in October. The ICO will be next month, in fact, so the pre-sale is at the moment, as we already mentioned. They will launch the global COPYTRACK register in Q2 2018. The token swap will begin in Q2 2018. By Q3, they will start converting limited company into foundation. I'm not sure exactly what that means there. I think there's a typo in the website. Foundations they normally use for a token distribution within ecosystems, so that they don't have to pay tax on what the tokens are actually doing within the blockchain. Then Q4 they will launch a public API for various media registrations, and in Q2 2019 the market will actually launch on COPYTRACK. So quite a long roadmap they have to get to where they want to be. So taking a quick look at the team, Marcus Schmidt is the CEO and Stefan Barr is the CTO. Marcus used to work for Flightright, so they used to enforce claims arising from flight delays and cancellations. Very interesting. And similar legalities, I presume, to what he's trying to do with this COPYTRACK. Stefan has experience in IT systems engineering and studied IT at the University of Potsdam. So the rest of the team appears to be fairly competent. You can check them out on LinkedIn, and there are quite a few guys on the team that are involved in the marketing and legal side of things as well. On the advisory body, the person of note was Daniel Iba, I believe it's pronounced, and he has 14 years of experience in driving growth, monetization, digital content. He's worked for Yahoo and Flickr before. Also, Sebastian Mansfield is a business operations manager, and he has experience at PricewaterhouseCoopers, Gazprom and General Electric, among others. So that was interesting. They do have a couple of advisors that are just there to advise for cryptocurrency, Aaron Koenig and Ken Shishido, and they both are quite experienced in Bitcoin and blockchain, so that's a good thing to have on their side. So it appears they have two strategic partnerships that weren't immediately obvious on the website, which is again why I say always read the white paper, guys. There's a lot about tech on this project in the white paper as well, but I didn't really want to include that in this review because it's not necessarily that relevant to whether you want to get in on this ICO or not. I mean, a lot of it's quite interesting, don't get me wrong, but not necessarily that relevant. But as far as partnerships goes, they are obviously relevant, and they are partnered with KPMG International as they're using them for their international tax advisory, VAX advisory, which I don't even know what that means, to be honest with you, and accounting services. And they're also partnered with the EOS group, which I don't think has anything to do with the EOS blockchain, but rather part of the Auto Business Group. and they're using them for operations and collections, legal enforcement, and operations of sub-ledgers. So community support is not present with this ICO. They have a presence on Telegram, Steam, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram and Twitter, as you can see, but they have very, very few followers, only 38 members on the Telegram, only 13 people following on Steam, and 41 followers on LinkedIn, and only 61 followers on Twitter. So it's lacking in this regard. There is not enough hype about this project, and there certainly isn't enough community support. Now, as always, what are the positives I took from this project after reviewing it and looking at the white paper? First of all, they have a working minimum viable product. They already have the portal and they're already operating it. You can go and test it, you can upload your photos, and you can check it out. They're already serving customers. They're working in 140 countries around the world. So they're already doing business, which is a good sign. They have a unique idea and concept. As I said before, I can't find another blockchain technology company that wants to implement a global copyright register and start enforcing it. So there may be some need for this in the future. Number 4, they have a very well presented product. I think the website and the white papers and the material is very, very well done. Number 5, they have good technical ideas and it's presented in its own technical white paper, which I quite enjoyed reading. As I said, I didn't go too in depth with the technology for the ecosystem and blockchain while we were discussing this because it's not really relevant. They don't have any competition to contend with at the moment, so really we're only working on ideas, and the idea is pretty solid. So the technology that they're going to implement is not really that important unless they come across another couple of companies that want to take on a global copyright register and do a similar business to them. Number 6, I think they have a competent team. I believe that they can implement the system that they want to implement, and I believe that they can actually provide the product that they say they want to do. As ever, we move on to the negatives. The first one that I have to say is low hype. There isn't enough hype about this project at all. I was informed by one of my Facebook followers, so thanks for that. You know who you are. And there isn't enough hype about this project. There simply isn't enough material out there, not enough advertising, not enough people talking about it, not enough word of mouth. For projects to succeed, you really need hype. Now, during an ICO, it's helpful because if you purchase at the ICO stage, you can then see your investment growing quite quickly after it hits exchanges. However, you know, projects can pick up hype later on, but it's useful if you are going to launch an ICO to have it hyped up as much as you possibly can. To compound the low hype, there's also very poor community support. There's not enough people on Telegram or Twitter, which really is a no-no for me. I need to see a lot of people talking about this project and getting behind it. There was no bounty campaign that I noted. There may well be. If you know of it, please post below in the comments. Unfortunately, there doesn't seem to be one, and that adds to the reason why there's no hype and there's poor community support. We want people to be getting out there and getting the message out to other cryptocurrency enthusiasts and potential investors. Number 4 was an issue for me, and that's there is a questionable ability to enforce the copyright online in many countries. Some take it really seriously and others just really don't care, and I think that could potentially spoil their ambition of being a truly global register. Number 5, 3 million tokens will be added each year to combat inflation, and I don't like this. I like to see deflationary cryptocurrencies that have a cap set. I don't like to see them being added year upon year. I think that's just going to devalue the token every year, and it's really not necessary, I don't believe. The other thing that was a negative for me is there's no team token lockup. Apparently there's a lockup for the 20% of the tokens, but the tokens that are given to the team and advisors are not locked up, so they can pretty much dump on exchanges as soon as the ICO is over. So a verdict. Well, I'm going to wait till this hits the exchanges to judge whether I want to get involved with this. For me, there's not enough community support behind this project to really warrant buying in at the ICO stage. And if it was hyped up, I probably would consider investing because I think the idea is quite good. It's unique, obviously, as I mentioned. And I think that if there was a lot of hype about this, I think this could really be quite a successful project. As it stands though, with low community support, I can only give it 3 stars out of 5, and I'm going to hold off investing until it is at the exchanges because I believe it doesn't have the hype to carry it through the initial launch on exchanges, and therefore I can probably see this hitting the exchanges at less than what you'd pay for it at ICO stage. As I said, right now, even at pre-sale, the token's around 50 cents, which is fairly high. There is room for growth, as I mentioned before, but you could probably see it hitting the exchanges at lower than that. So I'm going to hold off and wait. I suggest you do your own due diligence if you're interested in getting involved with this ICO. This is just my opinion. I'm not a financial advisor. As ever, this isn't financial advice, guys. If you're going to invest in anything, do your own research. Only invest what you can afford to lose. Invest wisely, invest cautiously. And if you enjoyed this review, please like, please subscribe, tell your friends, and retweet me, follow me on Twitter. I'm on Facebook as well. Every little bit helps, guys. I appreciate your viewing, and thanks for being with me again. Tomorrow I'll be back with yet another review of an ICO and maybe a news. I did stop the news alerts and bulletins over the Christmas period as I've just been too busy. I've been too busy getting drunk and enjoying myself. So now it's back to the grind, and I'll try to get more news alerts done on a daily basis, but there will be more token reviews coming. I just did one this morning for BitBoost, which I think is an excellent trading marketplace, decentralized trading marketplace online that you can see maybe rivaling eBay if they can fully implement what they want to do. So go and check that out. Thanks again, and I'll see you tomorrow.